MTV is to music as KFC is to chicken, says Lewis Black. Yeah, whenever we crave fried chicken, our brain immediately takes us to the KFC outlets, the most famous food store for chicken lovers. But how did it all start out? Hello friends, welcome to BizBuzz, a channel purely dedicated to the untold stories behind the world's most successful businesses. Join us as we uncover the secrets and strategies of visionary entrepreneurs and discover how they turn their dreams into reality. The year is 1930, and the Great Depression is gripping America with an iron fist. In the back room of a small gas station in the middle of nowhere, a man by the name of Harlan Sanders is hard at work perfecting a recipe that will change the course of fast food history. Yeah, with a white suit and a black string tie, Sanders becomes known as the Colonel, and his iconic image graces chicken buckets around the world. But how did this Kentucky-born entrepreneur transform a simple backroom operation into one of the biggest fast food chains in the world? Join us as we take a deep dive into the complete history of Kentucky Fried Chicken, from its early days to its global dominance today. Get ready to sink your teeth into the crispy, juicy, finger-licking good details. Getting started with the founder. Harlan Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken, was born in 1890 in Henryville, Indiana. At the age of 5, he was forced to take care of his two siblings and cook meals for them when his father passed away, leaving his mother as the sole breadwinner. However, his stepfather didn't welcome them into the family, and he'd have to leave home. He then began working on a farm and maintained a rigorous schedule of tending to animals in the morning, attending school during the day, and taking on odd jobs in the evening. Anyways, before achieving success in the fried chicken business in the 60s, Sanders had a diverse and interesting career path. In his early years, he also worked as a streetcar conductor before being employed by railroad companies throughout the southern United States. Interestingly, he had aspirations of becoming a renowned lawyer and pursued his studies through correspondence courses. He even practiced law in Justice of the Peace courts in Arkansas until an altercation with a client ended his legal career. But Sanders didn't stop there. He also operated a steamboat ferry that transported passengers across the Ohio River between Kentucky and Indiana, sold life insurance, and even sold automobile tires. And to your awe, during his time in Corbin, Kentucky, Sanders also assisted in delivering babies because there was no one else available to help. However, despite his persistent efforts, Sanders was unable to achieve success in any of these pursuits. He faced various challenges and setbacks, but persevered and ultimately found his calling in the food industry. Getting to his first breakthrough. In 1930, Sanders landed a job running a gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. In addition to pumping gas, he began offering food to customers to earn some extra income. Drawing on his childhood culinary knowledge, he served up fried chicken and other dishes, which quickly gained a reputation for their deliciousness. As the word spread about Sanders' culinary skills, people from far and wide flocked to his gas station to sample his chicken. Eventually, the demand became so great that Sanders decided to remove the gas pumps and convert the station into a proper restaurant. Then, in 1936, the governor of Kentucky, Ruby LaFoon, bestowed Sanders with an honorary commission as a colonel, and he eagerly embraced the title. He even began to dress the part, sporting a black frock coat and string tie along with facial hair. He later switched to a more practical white suit that could conceal flour stains and bleached his mustache and goatee to match his white hair. Anyways, Sanders had made significant progress in expanding his business by 1937, adding a motel and a cafe named Sanders Courts and Cafe, and seating for up to 142 people. However, the 30-minute wait time for his famous fried chicken was a major issue. To overcome this, he began experimenting with cooking methods and eventually settled on using a pressure cooker, which reduced the cooking time to just 8 to 9 minutes. This transformation proved to be a game changer, as it allowed him to sell more of his popular fried chicken. Sanders continued to perfect his recipe, and in 1938, he achieved his goal, creating a recipe that combined 11 secret herbs and spices. To this day, this recipe is kept under tight wraps by KFC. He then opened up another Sanders Court and Cafe in Asheville, North Carolina, and expanded his business even further. Unfortunately, the restaurant in Corbin was destroyed by a fire in 1939, and World War II soon followed, drastically reducing his customer base. As a result, he sold his Asheville location shortly after. Sanders' business was dealt another blow when an interstate bypass was constructed on the highway, causing a significant decrease in the number of people passing through and patronizing his restaurant. This led Sanders to face financial difficulties at the age of 66, and he had to rely on a meager Social Security check of $105. However, this directed him to come up with a new idea, a proper franchise. And he had already taken the initial step in 1952 with Pete Harmon. It was during this time that a sign painter hired by Harmon named Don Andreessen came up with the name Kentucky Fried Chicken. With pressure cookers and a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, Sanders embarked on a road trip across the United States. He visited numerous restaurants, offering them samples of his fried chicken and negotiating franchise deals with their owners. In exchange for a 4-cent commission on every piece of chicken sold, he agreed to teach them how to make it. He signed his first franchise agreement with a restaurant in Utah, and by 1963, there were already 600 Kentucky Fried Chicken franchises across the U.S. However, managing such a large business in his old age was too much for Sanders to handle. Coming to the acquisition deal. Well, after many attempts by people to buy KFC from Sanders, he finally sold it in 1964 for $2 million to a group of investors led by John Y. Brown and Jack C. Massey. However, he had some conditions: that the quality of the food would always be maintained, he would receive a lifetime salary, and he would continue to be the face of the company. Sanders clarified that he sold his business because it was getting too big for him to handle, despite his best efforts to keep up with the energy and time required to manage it. Moving on to the KFC acquisition by PepsiCo. By 1970, KFC had expanded its reach to 3,000 outlets spread across 48 different countries. A year later, in 1971, John Y. Brown sold KFC to Yooblang, a company specializing in food packaging and beverages, for an amount of $285 million. Harlan Sanders, the founder of KFC, passed away in 1980, and at the time of his death, there were 6,000 KFC outlets in 48 countries. In 1982, R.J. Reynolds, a tobacco giant, acquired Yooblang, and in 1986 sold KFC to PepsiCo for a staggering amount of $850 million. After the acquisition, PepsiCo introduced new products under the KFC brand. In 1991, the name KFC was officially adopted. KFC continued to grow, and in 1997, PepsiCo spun off its restaurant chain, which included KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, into a new company called Tricon Global Restaurants Inc. The company later rebranded itself as Yum! Brands in May 2002. Let's see some controversies now. Like many major fast food chains, KFC has faced its share of controversies over the years. In 2014, an unfounded rumor circulated online that KFC was using mutant chickens to produce more meat. However, this rumor was quickly debunked. In 2008, animal rights activist and actress Pamela Anderson criticized KFC for its alleged animal cruelty in producing its signature buckets of chicken. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, also spoke out against KFC. In response, KFC claimed that it takes measures to prevent animal cruelty. Despite these and other controversies, KFC continues to operate and address any issues that may arise. Let's now see how's KFC using tech to future-proof their business. Throughout its history, KFC has continuously sought to stay ahead of the game by adopting new technologies and expanding its meal options. In recent years, the company has tried plant-based chicken in Atlanta, Georgia, working with Beyond Meat to gather customer feedback. Additionally, KFC Canada allowed customers to purchase the Bitcoin bucket via their website. Marketing has also played a significant role in the success of KFC, with the company making headlines in 2017 for announcing a plan to launch a chicken sandwich into space. Finally, let's see how's KFC doing now. Well, KFC has adapted its menu to cater to a wider audience and the countries it operates in. It now has over 22,600 outlets in 135 countries and generated a revenue of approximately $2.83 billion in 2022. Moreover, it's ranked 96th in the world in terms of brand value. The company also is exploring plant-based meat and new technologies to further its growth. Well, this brings us to the end of this video. We hope you liked the video as much as we like making it for you. If you do, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Feel free to leave a comment below and let us know your opinion on this finger-licking good history of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Until next time, stay tuned and don't miss anything on BizBuzz.